Hello and welcome to the Player Awards 2020-2021. I'm Chris SCULL and we're here at Rush Green Training Ground to reward our fabulous players after such a successful season last year. And look who we've got in the studio. The big man is here. Always believe in your soul, CARLTON Cole.
Great to be back, Chris. How about you?
Yeah, mate, it's good to be back. And we've got three up front today.
Yeah.
Joining us, rapper, broadcaster, but most importantly, West Ham fan, GUVNA B is here.
You two go up front, I'll just feed you.
Yeah, that's it.
Sitting behind.
Put us through on goal. Put us through on goal.
Exactly.
Well, look, last season was one of the greatest Premier League seasons in West Ham United Premier League history. And we're here today to hand out some awards. But you're probably thinking, Chris, it's August. Why weren't you doing this in May? Well, look, we had COVID restrictions in place. The players had a fantastic Euros. And at the end of last season, we wanted them to focus on being able to secure Europa League football, which they did. So now's the right time. The players are back here at Rush Green. Let's hand out some awards. But firstly, before we get into the awards, look at how well we're dressed today. Take a look at these fantastic kits we're wearing right here.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think?
Fits kind of nice, you know. I wouldn't normally wear these kind of colours, but I think it looks quite good on me. What do you reckon?
Yeah, mate, yeah.
You're not just saying that, though?
No, that's inspired by the 92-93 kit, away kit. Yeah. Kevin Keane, Martin Allen, Trevor Morley. They're my boys. They're my boys, and that is a hell of a kit, isn't it? Bit Argentina-y.
Yeah, that's true. I've not seen this one yet. I didn't. Have they,
This could be an exclusive.
Is this an exclusive?
Yeah, but let's go with it.
So go. All right. So yeah, I like it. It feels good. The texture's lovely. It's like silky. But you can't get in close, but if you see the blue, it's kind of static. It's like static. See like how the old away kit was last season. Oh, no, the old home kit was last season. It's like that with the kind of little darker bits on there.
Yeah, nice.
If you're looking close.
Neckline's cool as well.
Neckline?
Yeah.
You think there's a lot of thought that's gone into this?
Yeah,
this shirt?
and also your shoulders look buff as well. Look.
Yeah, what's going on? You didn't say that about me, bro.
Yeah, this is a size medium, and I am an XL, so I filled it out a bit. But this.
But
is
the home
lovely.
kit, inspired by Paolo Di Canio's tenure, that feeler kit. I mean, this got the collar.
Yeah,
it's different. It's nice.
I can imagine you doing that little scissor kick that you've done.
I do it all day long.
Yeah.
All day long. Yeah.
That is a
So
tidy
that'll
kit,
be
man.
like you, Trevor Sinclair,
Yeah.
Diag, you on the end of it. Bosh,
Yeah,
goal.
lovely. And who are you?
Where are you?
Neil Sullivan in the goal, getting beat, crying your eyes out.
Telling you.
Let's talk about last season. 6th place finish, 65 points, a club record, 19 wins, 9 away wins, another club record. Europa League football secured. What a season last season was, Governor.
It was incredible, man. I'm not sure anyone expected it. Obviously, we're always optimistic at West Ham fans, but as West Ham fans, for me, I think it was the Spurs game. It was like around January time. We beat them 2-1, Lingard, and I thought, wait, hold a minute. We've only got like 3-4 months left of the season, and we're still in the top quarter of the table. What's going on? And then we beat Leicester. And I thought, I think it's going to happen. Nearly told my wife to remortgage the house. We're not missing a single Champions League game. But it was incredible, man. And I think my favourite thing about this season was, I feel like in recent times, it's always been kind of based around one player, like the star man. But season just gone, every single person played an important role, and it was about the team rather than an individual player. So I was buzzing, man. It was great.
Yeah, it was good. You called it was like a dream. The whole thing was like, when am I going to wake up? And we never did.
No.
6th place secured on that last day against Southampton. Well, just incredible scene.
And anything in Europe for us is brilliant, and it's just a natural progression. That's the way the club's going, how hard the players worked. Everybody was on the same page, and you can see the buzz around the club was brilliant as well. And it's what we needed in such hard times. It's been a hard 18 months, hasn't it, due to COVID? But this was what we needed to lift everybody up.
Yeah, and you're going to go in the drawer, get the passport out, European tour, here we go, yeah?
That was the plan.
Yeah.
That was the plan. But remember the bet we had, if we got into the Champions League, I'd have to go in the last game of the season, go in the middle of the pitch and sing the
Champions League thing.
You're doing a Europa thing.
The lads read into that and said, you know what, we'll save Carlton these blushes. We'll get in Europa instead.
They'll have to do. Yeah. Well, one of the keys to last season was the way we brought in new signings to bolster the squad. Let's find out who was the pick of the bunch. Who is our signing of the season? Congratulations, Vladimir Coufal. You are last season's signing of the season. Well done. Coley, you want to kick off with a question?
How you doing, my friend? How are you?
Yeah, very good, thank you.
Listen, I've got a question for you though. You're a superstar signing, right? But I saw you after training, you was at the bus stop. Yeah? Don't you have Uber? Don't you have a chauffeur yet? Isn't Mark Noble helping you to get around town? Because if I was still playing, I'd sort everything out. I can't have one of my players at the bus stop. What's going on? What was that? Tell me the story.
I have to be honest finally because I heard a lot of stories about it.
It's time to say your piece. Come on, it's time.
Yeah. To be honest, we were on the walking with my family.
Yeah.
It was nice weather.
Yeah.
And but suddenly switch and it started heavy raining.
Oh yeah, England.
Yeah, England, typical England. And I want to hide from under.
Oh, so shelter.
Yeah,
okay. So you wasn't waiting for the bus.
No, I wasn't waiting on the bus.
So,
But after when I saw these stories, so I said my wife we have to go with the bus to the central London. So
brilliant.
How many people must have driven past going, no, it can't be, it can't be. Congratulations signing the season. You've just slotted straight in. How does it feel?
I appreciate it so much because I never haven't been a player who won some trophies. So now I don't know what to say. So
well done.
I'm really glad and how I said I appreciate it so much. Thank you.
So there's a story that's doing the rounds about how you came to join West Ham United, which is that Thomas Souček said, "You need to check out my mate. He's really good." How true is that?
Yeah, it's maybe 50% of my coming is his work. Yeah, so thank you for my agent and thank you for Thomas. Yeah. Thomas opened the door to England for the Czech players, and I could stop this door.
No chance.
But I am glad I didn't do it, and I opened this door
wide.
Wide for other players.
Vlad,
I hope.
One thing I like about your style of play is that you just don't even think when you're on the wing and you see the cross, you don't even look, you just put it straight in. I'd have loved to play with you because that was my sort of thing that I needed. Didn't really get it much, but I love that sort of the way you think. You just I just know he's going to put this ball in. He's not even going to think. I mean, what do you think about that?
I try and think about how many of the headers that you would have actually converted.
Well, let's do it. This guy's cheeky. But if it's a good cross, it's bang on.
I'd back you.
Let's talk about your stats last season. You got 7 assists. I think Aaron Cresswell got 8. But combined, no pair of fullbacks got more assists in the Premier League than you and Aaron Cresswell last season. So, I mean, how well do you work with him as well? It's been just clicked within the team.
Yes, it's my personal best for the season. To be honest, I had some assists in the national team, and I played few games for Slavia, and I think 4 games, and I had 3 assists. So together in the season, I had maybe about 13 assists. So it's my personal best, and I'm really glad. And to be honest, I am competitive. And I want to win over Cress, so but he beats me, so I have now this season to beat him.
Good.
We were like Robertson and Arnold for Liverpool two seasons ago. Yeah, so
better. But
I wish.
One thing I've got to ask you, and because I do a lot of broadcasting, and then I have to say your name. So is Vladimir Coufal or Coufal?
Oh, I know. For English, C is like Coufal.
Cool.
But in the Czech, it's Coufal.
Tall with a T.
Wow.
Yes.
So it's none of them.
It's even harder than we thought.
I don't know if I can say that. When I go onto these broadcasting programs, I can't really say Tufa. They'll say, Carlton, you don't know how to spell. Like, what are you talking about? So it's Tufa.
Yeah, you should learn it because it's typical Czech. Yeah? Say. Czech. Fal. It's O.
Oh man.
We've all learned something.
Yeah.
We have. Vladimir, being a West Ham fan this season has been great because not only have we had a great season, but so many of our players were represented in the Euros. Did you have a little group chat with Yarmolenko and
Of course,
Declan
of
Rice?
course. I have been in touch with Jarmo, also with Dek. Yeah. I wish him ahead every game good luck and all the best on the tournament. How you can see, we spoke with Dek after our together game about 1 hour. So finally we have to go back to Czech Republic. So it's shame maybe. So I'm really glad Dek and Jarmo had a very successful tournament for them. It's a pity England didn't won the champion, but it's a football, so.
Yeah. Last question. So Souček recommended you. You've won signing of the season. Can we keep this chain going? Can you recommend someone now? Are we sat here with them next year? What do you think? Who's next?
To be honest, it's a big responsibility now. So maybe I let it on Thomas again.
Okay.
No, we want Agent Vladimir. Agent Vlad.
Congratulations, Vladimir. On to our next award, which is for top goal scorer.
Cresswell lifts it over the wall and it's turned in. It's Souček again.
In towards Antonio. Oh, that's brilliant. It's Benrahma. It's a nice pass. It's Souček. With a brilliant header! And there is a goal. Souček, crush on, West Ham ahead. Antonio, he can seal it here. He does seal it here. West Ham United get all 3 points. Mikel Antonio goes to double figures and they move 3 points clear of Tottenham Hotspur into 6th spot in the Premier League.
So we have a joint winner of top goal scorer. Congratulations to Thomas Souček, and here to collect his half of the award is Mikel Antonio. Mikel, let's talk about ratios. Thomas scored 10 goals in 41 games. You got 10 in 27. The ratio dictates you've got more of that award, surely. Surely.
You've got to give it to him.
What can I say, to be fair? It shows that when I play, I score goals, but it also shows that I need to stay fit. Yeah. So that's the plan for me this year, stay fit.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard, and I heard there was a rowing machine challenge last year. And I heard you just blew everyone away.
Maybe I should get a trophy for that as
well. Have you heard about this?
No, I haven't heard about it.
What's the story? The first team?
So basically, whenever someone's injured or stuff like that, we started just doing. I did it first for a row machine.
Yeah.
And then after I did it, I think Angelo done it.
Yeah.
And then it just became a thing where, like, who can do the best time?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So literally everyone's got on it.
Yeah.
And obviously, I won.
Oh,
yeah.
Of course.
Of course,
Yeah.
I won. And then, guess who is? Oh, you won't be able to guess because you probably won't know who are. But our nutritionist.
Oh, is it?
It's come second place.
What?
Yeah. Our nutritionist come second place.
Madness.
Well, so he must have had a lot of practice, though, innit? Like he probably goes.
It's like, to be fair, he's a small guy, but he's like a little powerhouse.
Well,
yeah.
Speaking of powerhouses, bro, I'm trying to get wham. What's your secret? I know that's just not football, bro. It can't be football alone. Are you in the gym a few times a week? What's going
It's
on?
my dad still. It's genes.
Genetics.
It's genes. I hate the gym.
Serious?
Hate it, like with a passion. But it's one of those things where as soon as I go in, I blow up. So I don't need to go in there, to be fair. But
Right, stop shouting off now,
they
bruv.
kind of get me every now and then.
I don't need to go in there to be fair.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know,
He's actually, You got a competition going with Akinfenwa for footballer's strongest man.
Yeah.
I want to see that. Have you had an arm wrestle yet?
We ain't had an arm wrestle,
I
no.
need to see this arm wrestle.
But it's what I say to him is arm wrestles is about strength.
Yeah.
I say
Explosive.
on FIFA,
Yeah.
he's got the most powerful.
Yeah.
But he's not the most powerful.
Yeah.
Nah.
I'm the most
That's
powerful.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
You're not doing like deadlifts in the middle of
Exactly.
running around barging people. What goes that?
Beast mode.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, look, I'm not gonna do nothing endurance with you. Everything's power. So we did the punch bag.
Yeah.
Battered him. But not even close to me. I was a good 100 over him.
So it's just all big for nothing.
Yeah.
It's all big for nothing.
That's what I'm saying. So I ain't gonna do nothing strength from. I ain't doing nothing strength because obviously he's used to that because he goes to the gym.
Yeah.
Tell anything power, tell him bring it to me.
Listen, I know that you're like, obviously, you're powerful, but which team, do you like to play against? Like, are you? See, like mine was always Fulham because I knew I'd get a couple of goals. Yeah. And I can only say that a few times, a couple of goals in one game. But what is the team that you would like? You love playing against, and you always get change out of?
It's a good question. Like it's between.
Don't say all of them and put me to shame, man.
It's probably City.
Nah, it's between. To be fair, it's between Liverpool and Tottenham.
Is it?
Yeah.
Big teams, man.
Always score against those two.
I wish I could say that.
Get goals. I get goals against those two all the time. I think I got what 6 in 9 against Liverpool, and against Tottenham. I don't know the stats for Tottenham, but I know
it's high.
I know it's up there. Yeah.
That's it.
Well, let's talk about goals. Do you know the Premier League goal scoring chart records for West Ham? Paolo Di Canio's 47 goals.
Yeah.
You're second place, 46. You've just knocked Coley out the top
I'm
three.
out of it now,
He's
mate.
out of it now. He's got. You ain't coming
To
back.
be fair, when it was happening, I was like, go on, beat. I was urging you to beat it, innit?
Yeah.
Because people think I'm a hater. Yeah. That's one thing I'm not. Like, I want anyone that plays for West Ham to do well and go and get their goals. And now it's your time and you're shining. And that's all we need. But I would always say that all the onus has always been on you to get all the goals.
Yeah.
Now you have to try and spread it around the team now. And then Thomas Souček come in, and then he's helped out and he's had his fair share too. So it's been brilliant.
Was that on your radar when you first came? Like,
Nah.
I'm going to be #1 goal scorer at West Ham.
All I was trying to do is get games, mate. Every time. trying to get the team, mate. First 3 months they called me the invisible man. No, invisible man.
Invisible.
Invisible man. The laminate. Because literally I was sat on the bench for 3 months. Didn't get on the pitch.
Just blended with the
blended with the furniture. and after that, I was right back when I signed signed as a left wing, ended up playing right back.
That's crazy.
I've played right back, left wing back. Oh man.
Now you found it. I'm glad you found your position.
And up front, who'd have thought it? Like the best position up front.
Imagine I did this at the beginning.
Of your career.
Numbers have been through the roof.
Is West Ham's
I would have been a ton. I would have got to a ton though.
He's only been up top a few years. He's been like all those years at right back. We had our all-time Premier League goal scorer
Then again,
at right back.
I did score 9 goals at right back, to be fair, so I always get goals. Yeah.
The one against Man U was good.
Yeah.
That was sick.
Last game of the bowling, that was decent.
So 2 more goals. You're our all-time Premier League goal scorer. What's the celebration going to be? Ian Wright ripped the shirt off. He had the numbers underneath. What are you gonna do?
I didn't actually think about that.
Okay, well you got
It's
time.
just taking
I've
it game
got-
by game. Like I mean,
It's
not
I didn't
focusing
think
on that.
about, but what I like is I've still got time on my hands. I'm 1 goal away. Still got time. I've got 2 years on my contract right now. So I'm not trying just to beat it. I'm trying to make it so no one can catch it.
Mate, I'm coming out of retirement, bro. I'm coming out of retirement.
In seriousness though, like, I love your story because you've come up through pretty much every league in England. Where'd you get that perseverance and determination from to be where you are at now? Because I'm sure people would have written you off at different stages of your career, but you've just kept going.
It's one of the things where I always say to me when I go to a new club, I'm one of the best players at this club.
Love that.
No matter if I'm playing, if I'm not playing, I go, I'm one of the best players at this club because I want no one to be mentally stronger than me. I want no one to believe or me put someone ahead of me. Because if I do that, they're already winning.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I've always done everywhere I've gone.
Love that, man.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a great mentality.
And do you know what? And that confidence comes through because you show so much personality on the pitch. Everyone talks about the celebrations, but you've always got a smile on your face. You score. It's like that. Everyone can see that confidence and the confidence to display your personality. I think that's what marks you out as a different kind of modern
Do you know
footballer.
what? Yeah, like I never used to, like. That's how I know he's confident. Yeah, because I never used to have a celebration.
Mate,
plan.
you just do that.
No, I never used to have a celebration because I didn't know I was going to score. Yeah? I don't know. I either didn't know I was going to get on, or I didn't know I was going to score. So there was no. I was just trying to take it step by step. This guy's 3-4 steps ahead of me. He knows he's going to score. He's got a celebration planned out.
Locked down.
I missed the trick there, innit? That's what I draw mentality.
Quick word on the fans coming back. We had some fans there last game of the season against Southampton, and now the fans hopefully will be going on a European tour this year with us. You must be excited about playing in front of all the fans again.
Yeah, definitely. The fans are amazing. Like it gives the extra 20%. That gives you that extra push. You can notice when the fans ain't been there that 20% is not being, the tempo's not being as high and stuff like that. So them coming back, it raises the tempo and the atmosphere. Like there's nothing better than scoring a goal with the fans there.
Oh, nothing better.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, congratulations on your joint top scorer award. Congratulations to Thomas Souček. Best of luck this season as well. Thank you, Mikel. Let's move on to performance of the season.
Antonio with his arm raised in the middle, wants to cross in, he's got it in, what can he do with it? How about that? What a wonderful touch. Fornells is in here for West Ham, and Pablo Fornells has scored for West Ham. Jared Bowen is in to make it 3, he was never going to miss that. And West Ham have turned on the style up front, have looked solid at the back, and they'll go home with a magnificent scoreline.
And here to collect the award for team performance of the season for the game against Leicester 3-0 is Aaron Cresswell. You got an assist on that day, do you remember that?
I got 2, but I don't think one of them was just a massive punt off field. This one was alright.
They all
More
count.
of
This one.
Yeah, I'll take that one. I can have that one.
Yeah, you can take that.
The second one wasn't although it goes down as assist, I'll take it. It was just a punt off field, wasn't it?
How many assists did you get this last season at the back end?
Officially 8, but it should have been 11.
Really?
Really? What happened?
So, yeah, look, what a touch.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah. Great goal.
Yeah, no, so I got robbed of a few. There was the corners, so there was one against Brighton.
Yeah.
Where Thomas scored, I think.
Oh,
header.
yeah.
And
Did he get it?
took a tiny little nick off Dunk's head, and then it's like, because he touches it, you don't get it.
Oh, man.
And then the one Thomas scored at home against Wolves from a corner.
Yeah.
I didn't get that, and I think there was another one.
So really, we
So I got
should be
robbed.
celebrating 11
Well,
assists.
we'll go for
10
11.
or
Let's go
11,
for
yeah.
But you know,
Well, this is in-house, isn't it? So
Yeah.
we go for 11 here.
well, between you and Vladimir Soufal, no pair of fullbacks got more assists in the Premier League last season
Really,
than
yeah?
you two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
So like top
Robinson
of
and
the
Trent, innit?
Yeah. And you got one more than Vladimir officially. You got 8, he got 7. So
That was good, yeah, it was. Although a lot of mine were set pieces, which, you know, I'll take them either way. But no, it was a good year for me and Vlad. in that sense.
How did you find the position? Because you played a lot left centre back.
Yeah.
How did you find that? How did you adapt to it really when you got told that's the position you're going to be playing?
I enjoyed it, Coley. I love it because you still, you know, you get forward a lot as well. I think in this game, the goal certainly for Mick's header, that was the first one, I can't remember what it was now. You know, you find yourself, whether it was Arthur, early on in the season, he was high up, and it leaves you that big space, you know what I mean, to, you know, to get balls into the box, and, you know, certainly with the lads we've got, Thomas, you know, them boys running into the box, it goes carnage, so, you know, it's
Is
great
it
for me.
something that you like kind of practice in training? Because
we do.
it looks like it's just natural, it's always coming from your side.
Yeah, no, we've worked on, you know, getting the ball into wide areas, and as I mentioned before, when you've got Mickey and Thomas, and then you've got the boys coming up from the back on set pieces, Angelo, Dorse, Issa, you know, whoever was in there, you know, it's hard to stop that. Even when I marked you know, the centre halves, the way we set up on corners, you know, some of the size of the boys, and you know, if you get the time that they're running the balls right, it's hard to stop.
You're one of the players that have been here for the longest now.
Veteran.
And you've been so consistent. I don't feel like you get the respect you deserve personally. You've had an amazing season. Where do you find the ability to just keep pushing on and
That's all I've done throughout my career. It's just, you don't listen to, what's outside of here and, you try and give your all and try and be consistent, as you said, and that's the main thing. And, I remember playing with Coley all them years ago and this is my 8th season now and it's gone so quick.
Crazy, isn't it?
So, yeah, time flies.
Yeah, that Leicester game as well. Leicester had won their first 3 games. We were their 4th game. Smashed them. Like, so you forget as well, like coming into that game against Leicester, it was we weren't expected to do well necessarily there.
No, and I think obviously we'd lost the first 2 games of the season, so from our point it wasn't great. But going to Leicester's always a tough game, and to turn them over. And I remember the day it was, there was only 1 team in it. We absolutely battered them, and could have been more at times. It was a fantastic performance.
Because they were actually Leicester were 3rd or 2nd at that point.
Yeah.
So they was high up there. So to go and turn them over like that in that fashion, that just showed that we're in town as West Ham and we're going to be around it. And was there a point in the season when you looked at it and think, we could actually get Champions League here, or was it just taking it game by game?
I think, Coley, we never really, even towards the end when we were still quite close to the Champions League spot, I don't think we ever sat down and went, right, we're in the Champions League here. Do you know what I mean? It was more game by game. I know it's an old cliche, but even that early on in the season, I think we played Wolves as well and Leicester at that time, early on. That kind of kick-started us and we were so consistent after that. The first 2 games, certainly at Newcastle, we were terrible. And then the Arsenal game away, we got beat 1-0, but we were really good that day.
Exactly, yeah.
Should have got something out of it. But yeah, it was a fantastic season last season.
Feels like statistically your assists went through the roof when Carlton stopped playing. Is there a correlation there?
I've just been giving him 3 hits all day. Like, you'll be lucky to get invited back on it. You know what I mean?
No, certainly if we had Coley now, I think him, the big boys would be powerful to stop. So get your boots back out, Coley. We'll have a chance for it.
Well, I ain't got no movement. We're going to have to hit it. It's got to be a pinpoint cross.
Yeah, just stand in the box where I'll try and find you.
Aaron, you're also here to collect the award for individual performance of the year, which was Jesse Lingard versus Wolves. Obviously, Jesse not here right now. But I thought it was one of the big strengths of us last year is the ability to bring in the right player at the right time. And Jesse was one of those, again, who just pushed us on another level, didn't it?
He did, and I think the goal he scored in this game was, this is it coming up now. It was that's the way we, our style of play was really counter-attacking, and certainly with the boys we've got up top, Jazz, Jesse, Mick, Saeed and that now, it's powerful, that was a great goal. And certainly stopping them boys when they're in full flow is, for any defender, is tough.
It's a nightmare.
Yeah. And he was, that's when he was red hot in form that time.
Does this irk you as a player? Someone's tapped the ball to Jesse Lingard to start that move. They're getting an assist for that.
Yeah, Vlad gets the assist, I think. Look, he gets assist from here. That's what I mean.
Is that an assist? Can we discount that?
That's what I'm saying. So I'll put one in across, take the slightest little nick and, we score from it, but I won't get it.
Oh, no, it's
but
crazy.
These ones, but look at Jesse's pace and power.
So when Jesse came in, did he show a great attitude from the get-go? What was he like in the change room straight away?
I played with him at England when I was in the England squads years ago. And look, you don't lose that performance and class that he's got. Yeah. You don't just lose that overnight. Off the field, it wasn't going well for him, and certainly hadn't played a long time at United. Yeah. And I think that was kind of the the kickstart he needed coming here. And for me, he was the best player. Yeah. Player of the season from January to the end of the season.
9 goals.
That's what I'm saying. It's frightening, and not just that goal. He just as even his assists, his performances, his running stats. You look at, I think he'd done a documentary the other day about his his performances and stuff. And
I saw something like that. Yeah.
He wrote everything down, and even this little bit of skill here is like.
Yeah. Just when you got that much confidence, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying. He was high in confidence, and someone who hadn't played for a long time, consistently, to then come in our team and take us again to another level was brilliant.
You know how it is with Nobes in the team, right? I know what you went through when you first come in. When you first come to the club, you know what Nobes put you through. But how was he when you met Nobes for the first time? Did Nobes give him a little bit, or what was it like in the changing room? What was going on? Because I'm very interested in seeing how Nobes took him in.
Coley, I'd love to be able to tell you the stuff that got spoke, do you know what I mean? But no, we leave that for another time. Yeah, as soon as he come in, you know, Nobes being Nobes, just doesn't matter, you know, where he's come from, you know, what his background is, treats everyone the same. And that was I think that helped Jesse a lot, because I think speaking to him, you know, the dressing room is totally different at United compared to what it was here. So I think he loved it and he really enjoyed it, and that's shown on the pitch. And you know, he spoke about it before, how much he loved it here, and yeah, fingers crossed we can get him back.
Yeah. We mentioned your assists. You actually got 1,652 successful passes, the most of any West Ham United player last season. So I was just interested, like...
There was only sideward passes though.
They all count.
Yeah, how many forwards?
But it felt like one of your best seasons as a West Ham player, and you know, like GUVNA says, you've been around a long time. Would you say last season was your best? Yeah, in terms of, you know...
Enjoyable.
Yeah, enjoyment, but we also had that one in 2016, I think it was, which was, you know, which was really enjoyable. The last year at the bowling, and we were in a similar position. I think we got 62 points that year. You know, we beat it last season. But yeah, certainly from personal point of view, was most probably most enjoyable and best season.
Yeah, and you've been here 8 years, so you're just 2 years off a testimonial. Tranmere at home, what are we saying?
Look,
hey, I want that phone call that'll come into play, you know.
You'll be first on the list.
I better be.
I'll have to loosen them knees off though.
I'm DW40, mate.
Well, congratulations to individual performance of the year, Jesse Lingard, and team performance of the year for that performance against Leicester. Thank you very much, Aaron Cresswell.
I would like to say thank you to the young children for the gift.
He's a bit of an hero, is that Matt? And he's a bigger West Ham fan than me, so.
Congratulations, Mark Noble. You are last season's Work in the Community winner. This is a part of your work that West Ham fans don't get to see, so congratulations on your award. How important is this work to you?
It was a surprise to me, actually. I didn't know I was getting this, but yeah, thank you. It's not obviously only me that the players do so much in the community for, especially in East London with the Players Project and stuff. And obviously, we all know how difficult lockdown was, and the West Ham players were fantastic. So, yeah, I appreciate it, but I do take it for not just me, but for all the boys.
Yeah. Let's talk about last season. Colin, I don't know if you saw Nobes' hair at points last season. And in the middle of lockdown, it got out of control. It was pretty impressive what was going on with it.
What was going on with it?
It got a bit long. How would you describe it?
I just receding but long.
With the old comb over, like. Well, at least it's got hair. Mine's evaded me for quite a while. I'm still waiting for it to grow back. But I see you look like you've still got a couple of haircuts in you.
2 or 3.
On the pitch, though, club records galore last season. How was it for you?
Really enjoyable, actually. I kept obviously getting asked a question about, because I'd always played for like, I don't know, 18, 19 years, week in, week out. Because I didn't play as much last year, I kept getting asked the question what it was like, you know, and how you feeling. But for me, I see a totally different side of the game, you know, and I could watch on and see different sort of ways teams play, tactics, and it was I actually really enjoyed it, and obviously still played a lot of games myself. I think over 20 games myself. So. It was a really enjoyable season, and then to clinch Europa League group stage football at the end was pretty special.
So you were getting a bit of a coaching manager's hat on these
days?
That's
what I said. He comes in to watch us, our lads, our under 16s a lot, and I'm sure that he'll come through this season as well. And the advice he gives to our lads at that level is just it's unbelievable, because they look at him, obviously. is like West Ham God. And then, but like when I say it to these kids, because it gets just really, really draining for them, it's like, do this, do that. But when he comes in and inserts his way and the way I think into the lads, it's just unbelievable, and it makes such an impact. I don't know if you think what you think as well when you see this guy. If he's talking to you about football, what would you think?
Definitely listening to him more than I listen to you today.
See what I'm saying? So when you're around someone too much, the novelty wears off, you know what I'm saying?
No, I'm joking. Obviously, you've been here like quite a number of seasons now. At what stage of this season did you feel something special could be happening here?
To be honest, in truth, it was after the lockdown, which is a really tough time in my career, because I was sitting in my office on Zoom and stuff every day with the Premier League, the players here, and sorting out the deferrals for the players and the staff's wages and all stuff like that. And then to actually be sitting at home knowing that we've got a relegation battle to fight when we come back, and I was in contact with the gaffer here constantly, and then we managed to get back, and I think we had a great end to the season when we beat Watford and beat Norwich away and Chelsea, and then pre-season we went up to Scotland because obviously COVID was still pretty rife, and I just felt like we had something special. We'd signed some good players, some players that I think wasn't the typical West Ham signing, as in a glamorous name, but someone that wants to live in London and take a nice wage. Whereas we signed some hungry players that want to work, and I think that showed this season. And it was definitely up in Scotland where I thought, do you know what, we might have a chance of doing something this season.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And obviously, my spies tell me you spent the summer at Wembley scouting Declan Rice. How was it for you?
Do you know what? It was incredible, because Coley will tell you this. You two won't know. I'm sorry, but when you're playing week in, week out, like, you don't get to see any of that side of it.
No.
So you go from your hotel to the coach to the changing room, and you're oblivious to what's going on outside. So I took my son to the Germany game and then to the final, and like, you're excited in the car on the way there. You park up, you know, you're going to have some food, and then you see everyone like with the banners, and you get really into the atmosphere. Whereas we don't ever see that. No, we don't see that. It's just like, obviously you're in game mode and you're in the change room, and then the only time you see that really is when you go out to warm up.
Yeah.
So Lenny was buzzing, because obviously I spoke to Dec near on every day when he was at the Euros, and every time they come out not to warm up before, when you get there on the coach and you've got your tracksuit on, you walk out to see the pitch and stuff. Dec was waving to Lenny, and Lenny was buzzing over that. So it was for me, it was like going as a fan, which I've never been able to do.
Yeah, fantastic. So obviously, I've got to mention, this is potentially your last pre-season at West Ham. You're coming into your last season. How are you feeling about it?
I'm excited about it, really. Looking forward to it. Obviously, I've been involved in this pre-season, which was tough. Some days you just think, I don't know how I'm going to cope with this. But it's not so much the football. The football's fine. It's when you do the long runs. They're torment. And but the games have been great. Like up at Celtic Park, the weekend was nice. Coley know about that place.
Yeah.
Incredible. Even though there's 20,000 there, it was an incredible atmosphere. And when we got the penalty, I was going to let Saeed take it, and then realised.
Yeah, what happened there?
No, do you know what I think? Coley, you know what I'm like. I don't take penalties in training or really in games, in pre-season games or anything. But I just thought, it's my last pre-season, and it's at Celtic Park. Yeah, I think I'll take this one. Yeah. So, and Saeed was great, but I think he'd already scored anyway. So it was a good day all round for us.
Fantastic. Congratulations on your award. Next up, let's hand out some awards to the women of West Ham United.
chips to the back of the area. Goal 2 for West Ham.
A change now with Leon. It's a great run from Leon. Oh, what a goal!
Joined now by Gilly Flaherty, who has won Fans Hammer of the Year, and Grace Fisk, who has won Players Player of the Year. Congratulations, ladies. Firstly, Gilly, congratulations, like I say, captain, and now Fans Hammer of the Year. How do you feel?
Yeah, I think it's a great award to win, especially with the fans. Obviously, we really missed them last year. I think it really affected the team, especially performance-wise. It was very quiet at Dagenham, so. Yeah, it's always an honour to win an award, but yeah, especially from our fantastic fans, yeah, it means a lot.
And Grace, you've won Players Player of the Year. How does it feel?
Yeah, really nice. Obviously, it means a lot to be voted from sort of my fellow teammates. You know, we had a very up and down season, but for them to have voted me and thought I did a half decent job in the season means a lot, and yeah, I really appreciate it.
And Gilly, like looking back on last season, it was a bit of a tricky season, wasn't it? We changed the manager halfway through, but in the end, finished 9th, got some good results towards the end.
Yeah, it was a difficult season. I'd say it's probably one of my most difficult seasons to date in my career. It's never ideal for a manager to leave, especially like the midway point in January. And I think obviously then at the time, Bristol, obviously Beardy went to Bristol, but Bristol seemed to be sort of out of it, and then obviously he went there, and then we ended up into a relegation fight because we weren't picking up the points that we needed to, and the performances were getting better. We just struggled to score goals. So we had a lot of clean sheets towards the end, which were very big, massive points for us, but we just struggled to put it in the other end. But it was a difficult season, but yeah, we managed to survive it, and obviously I think it's give everyone the bit of a push up the backside that they needed, to be fair.
Yeah, Gilly. So you mentioned there about it being a hard part of the season, and you getting it back in and dragging it back into your favour. How critical was it that like the girls got together and got onto the same page, and how did you get that togetherness as soon as possible?
Yeah, I think we all had to realise that there was things that weren't ideal, and you know, the frustrations were growing, but I think it was making sure that we, like you said, we was all on the same page. We all had that same goal, and it was this club is a huge club, and it didn't deserve to be where it was in the table. And it weren't from us playing bad as well, which I think was then frustrating people even more. And obviously, we had like the Birmingham game where we conceded in like the 96th minute or something stupid like that, and just things weren't going our way. We had no luck. And I remember talking to the girls before the Reading game, and I just said, girls, I've got such a great feeling about today, and forget everything that's going on off the pitch. And obviously COVID hit us hard too, but it was about what we'd done on the pitch and us sticking together and fighting together as a family. And obviously that day we went on and won 5-0, and I do genuinely believe that was a turning point for us as well. And there was players who were carrying knocks and carrying injuries that put the badge before themselves, and like obviously I'll be forever grateful for those players as well for digging in deep. But it took us, every single player in that team, fought together and dug deep and got us out of the trouble that we was in.
Yeah, are you gonna miss some of the girls that have had to leave the club? Because I know there's a few. There's been a massive upheaval, and I'm glad that you stayed, obviously. But what's the feel about it when you first came back into training, when you ain't seeing the familiar faces that you used to?
Yeah, it is weird. I mean, obviously that's part and parcel of football. You know, I made some great friends along the way, but that's just football in general. You know, people move on, and obviously it's about the club is bigger than anybody who plays for it. And you know, that's what I say all the time: is players come and go, but the club will stay. And I think that's why it's so important to the fans as well. You know, fans want players who are going to fight for the badge, and they don't care really about who you sign. It's more about what they do on the pitch. Like, it's irrelevant your name. It's more about what you do on a weekend, you know, and you play in front of them. As long as you're fighting and you're wearing the badge of pride, and you know you're representing yourself the way that they want you to represent yourselves. Like, they don't care, you know, and they've been brilliant. I mean, it's not been the easiest ride for the fans, especially the last few years, but they've come out, they've stuck with us, they're constant support on social media. But yeah, it's changing. It's football. That's how it goes. But obviously, we missed the girls who've left. But obviously, we've got great girls coming in too, and it's obviously a new season now.
Grace seem to have weathered the storm this season, and there's a great optimism in and around the club. What are kind of your personal goals for the upcoming season for yourself and for the team in general?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. There is a huge optimism. I mean, we've got new players, new staff, new head coach. You know, we've got a lot of new things coming for us, which I think is what we as a team needed, and as a club we needed. We needed kind of a whole new fresh start, because what was happening wasn't working clearly. And obviously we've got a new manager in. He's got his own style of play, his own style of training, and I think you could see from sort of our last few games that we were already making improvements. So having a full pre-season under our belts, I think will only benefit us. And in terms of goals, I think, you know, we've got to be realistic. And I think, you know, for the first year under a new coach is always going to be challenging, and first year with new players as well. I think obviously we want to be as far away from the relegation battle as possible. You know, I'd love to be pushing for sort of the top places, but I think realistically, I think outside of the top 4, maybe 5, I think if we can hit around aim the 4th, 5th, that would be really good. And it's where we are aiming. You know, we're not going to go into games expecting to lose, or we're playing against number 1 today. Like, it's going to be what it is. Like, we're going to go and give every team a good fight, which I think is what West Ham's all about. It's about, you know, upsetting teams and making it difficult for teams to beat us if they want to beat us. And I think we lacked that a bit last year. And sort of all the teams in and around us, you know, I think last year we could have comfortably beaten all of them, and they probably felt the same way to us. You know, it's very sort of the bottom half of the table is all to play for. So I think beating teams in and around us is a must, and then giving teams who are, you know, potentially ahead of us a good game, and making sure we can get something where we can.
Yeah, you mentioned the staff and his backroom staff. How influential so far has my old teammate Paul Konchesky been? Has he been good? Has he been poor? Let me know.
No, we all love Conch. I think having someone who's played the game at such a high level is only going to benefit us. You know, I'm sure you know he's not much of a talker in big groups, but when you speak to him one-on-one, the knowledge he has, you know, you don't get that from a lot of other coaches. So I think his experiences and his input is so helpful, and he just gets it as well. Like, he gets when we're having a bad day or when you're having a good day kind of thing. Like, he gets the highs and lows of football. So we all get on really well with him, and we think he's going to only help us push on as much as possible.
Grace, you don't have to say that much niceness about him. You don't really have to do that. You're in the team, don't worry about it.
Well, Gilly, Grace, thank you for joining us. Best of luck for the season, and congratulations once again on your awards.
Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers, girls.
Cheers. Well, this brand new season comes after Euro 2020 swept across Europe over the summer, and we had 5 West Ham United players representing their countries at the tournament. Declan Rice, of course, for England, Vladimir Coufal and Thomas Souček for the Czech Republic, Lukas Fabianski for Poland, and Andrei Yarmolenko for Ukraine. And what a tournament it was, Governor.
It was great. I mean, I went to school down the road, St Edward's Secondary School, and I remember whenever there was a World Cup or Euros, you couldn't really get involved with like the Man U fans, the Arsenal fans, because they had loads of players at the Euros. I feel like for the first time in a long time, West Ham had like a good contingent, and they were all having like great impact for their national team. So it was great for me to watch as a fan.
Yeah, and you were there, Cruden Box Park. That's where you want to be, Coley.
Yeah, if you can't get into the stadium, they won't let me in. Second best thing is going Box Park, wasn't it? And I had a great time there. I weren't happy about getting wet when obviously the beers were getting thrown around. I've never been in a crowd in that atmosphere. I was really upset about it, to be honest. I had my fresh trainers on, and it was getting dirty because people were just stepping on my toes, celebrating with me. Weren't really going by the COVID rules as well. I wanted to be But everyone was just getting crazy. It was nice. It was nice to be involved in something like that, to be honest.
Yeah. Yarmolenko was probably the star, man. Well, I mean, Declan Rice probably the star, but I mean, Yarmolenko got in there with the goals he scored against North Macedonia.
Yeah.
And Holland, as we can see here, he bossed it.
I was glad to see him in his element because I know what sort of player he is, and he's a great player. That left foot is crazy. He can score. We've seen a few goals like that scored over these couple of years that he's been here, and we know that he's got those goals in him, like left, right, and centre, really. And I just like to see it when it goes into the world stage and he does that. It's just, and he's a West Ham player as well. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, and Sufal and Souček got all the way to the quarterfinals like that. I mean, I was just so proud watching them play. Like, I became a bit of a Czech Republic fan. Like, every game you're like, come on, boys.
They were my second team, I'm not going to lie, man. Because obviously the brotherhood that they've got at club level, going away with their national team and showing that and getting far in a competition. And I feel like, obviously as West Ham fans, we see them game in, game out, and we know what they can do. But doing that on a Euro stage and for fans to see that all across the world, I think that was special, man. And, you know, from Yarmo to Kufal, Souček, the strength and depth that we have as a team right now and the humility of the players and the important roles they play for their national teams, it's a special time to be a West Ham fan.
I saw, obviously, Souček had his head bandaged again. He's had his head bandaged for us as well, innit?
Yeah.
So whenever
He's a
you want
warrior.
I know, like, this guy was like, is this guy never ever got his head not bandaged? Like, he needs to have it bandaged to like feel like he's it's Terry Butcher stuff, innit?
Yeah. Did you feel weird when you saw him playing against Declan Rice though? That broke my heart a little bit.
I know, but then they made up. They were chatting after the game. I was like, oh, guess they're friends again.
Yeah, listen, when we all know when you pass that white line, it's just pure play for your team. Doesn't matter who you mates with off the pitch, and that competitive edge has to be there. But then obviously after the game, the final whistle's blown. You have to obviously mend your relationship as soon as repair it as soon as possible. But it's just a competitive edge, and I was glad to see it. And Declan had a great game that game as well, playing against his compadre, as you say, and it came across well.
Let's end by just talking about Declan Rice, because I mean, the pride I felt when he walked out there with the 3 lines on his shirt, started every game. I mean, he was just a Rolls Royce of a player, and he showed it on the world stage, really.
Yeah, I mean, I'm online, social media, and the thing that I get annoyed about the most is people saying, he's overrated, he can't really do it on the national stage. I'm like, fam, he done it. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I must admit, I was a bit shocked that we went for 2 defensive midfielders in Calvin Phillips and Declan Rice. But I think it worked. It gave us like a really solid foundation in the midfield. Obviously, he's partnered Souček and done really well. Now he's partnered Calvin Phillips, has done amazing. And Declan is a world-class player. I can't wait to see what he goes on to do.
Yeah, just so proud of him.
No, look, we all know what he can do for his club. And to see him replicate that for his country, it's just obviously, as you said, it's a proud moment. And yeah, you do. Declan's going to have his detractors in his style of play because they don't see the actual job he does away from the ball, not just on the ball, away from the ball. The way he secures the back line, and I know that having obviously Maguire, Stones, they want him in front because he's the one that protects them. He stops a lot of through balls going through, he cuts off passing lines, and he does his job so well. And plus, he can find a pass now and goes forward with the ball. And I was saying that to him before, like definitely more forward passing, and people can see what you can do because you got that in the locker. And he's doing it now. He's actually driving with the ball forward as well. You can see that. Remember, he said something. He wanted to be like a little bit more like Yaya Toure, that sort of player, driving the ball going forward. And I remember one run he done. Like he went all the way. It was amazing, and I was like, doing that at the world stage. It's gonna become the norm, and this is why he's so valued highly at West Ham.
The thing I loved as well is last season, I think he was watching a game at home and he tweeted, Toni Kroos is just unbelievable. And then seeing us play Germany and him bossing that game as well was just a great full circle moment.
Yeah, no. Last question. Are we over what happened in the final? Penalty shootout.
So, well, for me, I'm just happy that got to the final.
Yeah.
First place.
Progress,
step by. I'm always a man that likes to build and get to places by little. Then you've got foundations to work from. Now that the England team know exactly how good they are now. So now they know that they just got to tweak a few things. And it was only penalty. We lost by penalties. Think about it. And penalties is a cruel way to lose any game, and a great way to win some games, obviously. But this is not a loss for me. I think it's a learning curve, and you'll see from this that the players will grow from this, and they will have all these emotions. They will have all of these heartaches that, oh, I could have done that better, I could have done this better. But at the end of the day, it's a learning curve, and they'll learn from it and go on to be great players and go and bring maybe the World Cup home.
Well, that's the way I look at it. You know, World Cup, semi-finals, Euros, finals. Yeah. Only one more thing left to do, and that's to win it. So hopefully we can do it next time.
Oh, fingers crossed. Next up is the award for Save of the Season. Now I wonder who could be winning this one.
This time it's in from Telles, free header, Lindelof! Almost the breakthrough.
I mean, I think it's a great save. He must, unbelievable how he gets across there, Fabianski. Lovely touch. Gets down really well. They're starting to turn the screw a bit now, United.
And Lucas Fabianski is with us now to collect the award for Save of the Season, and I believe we can see it here, Lucas.
What a save that is, mate.
Right on the edges of the fingertips. Talk us through this one.
Brilliant.
Oh, deflection as well in there.
You make it look better.
It gets better every replay, Coley.
No, it was an excellent save.
To be honest, no, it was a difficult one. Because I was already moving kind of to the right a bit. There's a...
look at that.
But in all honesty, I feel like at one point I thought like it's going in. I'm not gonna get it.
Yeah.
But for some reason I think because them balls are different to the Nike ones. They're a bit lighter.
What one is it? Is it the Umbro or the Mitre?
Mitre.
Yeah.
And like once you get attached to them, it's easier to like kind of to flick
it.
It's
a bit lighter.
Yeah, a bit lighter, so easier to flick it.
Yeah, you're right.
And if you see, even I don't know, with my hand, I still like, because I was reaching it behind me, so I really wanted to do this like flick
action,
flick action, and luckily enough, I think he hit the post and then
hit the post and went up. Yeah. What a save!
What a save!
We was on the edge of our seats.
No, but the good, like I was happy as well because you know against United at Old Trafford, it's always like kind of gives you
It gives you an extra boost, extra juice.
During the game, did you know that you had just made an amazing save?
You know it straight away. You know it straight away. And funny thing is that I think we played against them like maybe a couple weeks after, and I had another decent game.
Yeah, I remember that. Because was that the FA Cup?
That was the FA Cup game.
Yes.
And then we lost again 1-0. But I remember the goalkeeping coach came up to me after the game and said, every time.
You always got to save something.
Can you just relax, you know?
Save something.
So that was a cool thing.
What do you prefer as a goalkeeper? Would you rather make an amazing save like that or save a penalty? Like what's the best?
No, that doesn't make a... Like, in all honesty, the save that gives something to the team, that's the best one.
Yeah.
So... I don't know, looking just at the last season, I think even I know it was like a crap pen from against Fulham.
Yes, last minute.
But it's still, you know, like I said,
it's a contribution.
It's a contribution to the team. So the team in the end, you know, you have a really good feeling because you know that you helped the team and the team got 3 points. So I think them saves are for me like the most pleasing ones.
I always say that. I'll say, look, as a striker, like. Striker and a goalkeeper, they always have a bad relationship because, especially in training, because they always like give it. This guy keeps on saving my saves like that. So, but I've always said with goalkeepers, their importance to the team is massive. They're important to the defence, so they're like the last line of defence. And especially nowadays, you have to be good with your feet and your hands.
Yeah.
You know, so they before it wasn't like that. It was just, can he save the ball? Can he kick? But now you've got to be able to start the play, the action off, and on top of that, they don't get enough credit. Like, see like how strikers score a goal, yeah? Goalkeepers, when they save a hard shot that's supposed to go in, that is as good as a goal. And I think people kind of like look over that a little bit.
Last season there have been a few games, I think Leicester home, Spurs home, they were like, small things, maybe not the big saves, but there were some like that probably, you know, help us get through the difficult times in the game.
Those saves add up to something.
Yeah,
So
in the end, yeah.
It keeps the momentum of the team, and it's there. So imagine you let those in. We wouldn't be in the position that we're in today. And those mistakes can cost the team. It's a difference between getting into the Europa League
it is like that,
or going to 10th place.
It is like that.
But it's an interesting one because like last season we conceded 47 goals. The season before that, 62 goals. So last season was a dramatic improvement defensively. What do you put that down to?
Nothing. It's all down to to the work in the training. Obviously, when the manager took over in the middle of the previous season, we've been conceding many goals, and I think that continued. But he knew that he had to improve us in that aspect, and he's been really, in a good way, crazy about us improving. As a defensive unit, as a team defensively, he's been very demanding of everyone, not only going forward, but as well working in defense to help the team. So I think everyone understood the demands of the manager, and I think everyone just put the shift in training and help the team. I think that was the main reason why we have improved so much.
Yeah, obviously we haven't had fans at the stadium.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether you've been keeping your eye on the internet, but I'm a fan, and it feels like a lot of the fans have always loved you. Yeah. But this season in particular, every single fan is like, Lucas is incredible. Do you feel like there's a deeper connection with the fans?
For me,
for you. With the
I feel like I'm respected by the fans. I don't know what else can I say. Obviously, I really enjoyed the games that we had with the fans last season. I think were the only 2 home games that we've been able to play with the fans. But I really enjoyed it. I was really just at one point very emotional just seeing them back out there. And to be honest with you, I think from the very first day, I kind of was expecting that the West Ham fans are very demanding, but I think once you show your qualities on the pitch and show your commitment and yourself as a professional, I think they'll give the love back, give the same energy back. So I think that's what I found out since I joined West Ham. Yeah.
Excellent. Got to ask you about training. Coley just mentioned something there. You've got to be good with your feet as a goalkeeper these days. We commented on a training, bit of training, open day training.
Okay.
And I was surprised how much as a goalkeeper you've got to be doing one touch with the players some of the time. So how handy are you as a footballer? Like, can you mix it? Like
can you play striker role?
We need
another striker.
I don't know if you know that's a true story. Yeah, when I was playing back in Poland for a club called Lech Poznań, I don't know if you heard of it.
Yeah.
So that's the ones. Yeah. So I played for the second team, and I was on the bench as a goalkeeper, as a sub goalkeeper. But there were only 3 players on the bench, and so we made 2 subs, and one of the players got injured, so I had to come on as an outfield player.
Okay, what position?
Yeah. Striker, yeah.
Hey!
How'd you get on?
And I scored a goal. And the true story, that was in the 3rd division in Poland.
Really?
Yeah, we lost 4-1, but...
But you got the 1 goal?
Yeah, I got the 1 goal,
That's amazing, that's amazing.
No, but I'm not any good, no. No, being
so
serious.
There's no time soon?
No, to be honest with you, I think... I really like, because obviously when you're a goalkeeper and you're receiving the ball, you have everything in front of you.
Yeah.
I think once I would be in a different position, so kind of look around me, I think that's a completely different game.
Yeah.
But yeah, them basic things for me, that's fine. But seeing everything in front of me, once I would have to receive and see what.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
That's a different game.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was very hard. It was very hard, my friend.
That's all the credit you can get, Coley. Just looking forward to this season. Last question, like Europa League football, fans back in the stadium. You must be excited.
Yeah, that's very exciting times for us as players and the club, and as well for the fans. I think everyone has been really wanting to probably push the club a little bit more to play for something more, and I think we have a very challenging season ahead of times, but at the same time, like you said, a very exciting one, and I think we are all looking forward to see how we get on competing on so many different how do you say stages, competitions, and I think we as players, you always want to, see if you are up for the challenge or not, and I think that's very exciting. So, and I think for the fans as well, for them to be able to see, the European competition is a completely different experience, a new experience. So I think that will be very exciting as well.
Yeah, and would also be excited to see you up front. So fingers crossed.
Now we know you can play there.
Well,
maybe David Moyes.
It's only Mikey, so that's up there. So
best of luck for the season.
Cheers,
congratulations on your award. Save of the season, Lucas Fabianski.
All right, thank you very much. Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Academy manager Ricky Martin to hand out some Academy awards.
Yes, that's right.
Wow, I just realised that. Firstly, can you give us a bit of an overview of how the Academy teams did last year?
Yeah, the season was a competitive, obviously challenging year with the COVID and the restrictions that we had to deal with. But the under-23s competed in the PL2. We were at one stage a little bit of a threat about being relegated, but the lads done brilliant. Great end to the season. Got some really positive results against Arsenal, Man United, etc. And we stayed in the top division. So that's a real big success. And the under-18s had a really good FA Youth Cup run. So overall, competitive in the academy programme, but ultimately it's about young players making debuts. And we're really proud last season we had 7 players make their Football League debut.
Yes, 7 players making their Football League debut. And do you know what? Ricky, you riled them off, all 7, and then you didn't really back yourself. You've written them down just in case. You spent those 7 players, Ricky. Just tell us a little bit about each of them.
Yeah, so we obviously within the League Cup, FA Cup, we had players that made their debut. The 7 of them are products of the academy, and we're really proud of them. So you got obviously AG Alessi, who made his debut in the League Cup. Harrison Ashby as well played in the League Cup. Manny Longello, Nathan Trott, Dapo. Mipo, so that was a really good and really productive, and then we obviously finished off with Jamal Baptiste playing in the FA Cup. So from that point of view, the academy is really proud that all them 7 players have gone on and played in the first team. The manager's picked them, he's watched them play in the under-18s or under-23s, and he's really given them a chance and he's given them an opportunity. The next step is obviously into the Premier League.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I've seen the transition of like the under-23s coming over to train over at Rush Green close to the first team. So we didn't have that before. There was a separation, and you was an integral part of pushing that towards the players getting closer to the first team so they have a vision of where they need to get to. And that's the result of it, because they now have a chance to have a look of where they need to get to, and the lads know the players as well. So when they do go and train with the first team, they've got a little rapport with some of the boys because they see them around the training ground.
Yeah, it's really important to make a one-club environment, and that's what we want. And the manager's really great on having 11v11s, internal games, attack v defence sessions, and he wants extra players, and he wants young players to come in. So the amount of times these young players train with the first team, it's not their first time when they turn up at the stadium or at Stockport or wherever their debut may be. They've already got an experience working with the manager and the first team staff. So, and the players have been great. Your likes of Declan and Mike Noble and Ben Johnson, they just really know them. They know what it feels like because they've been in their shoes.
One thing I can't help but realise is when you look at the players that have come through, whether it's Nobes or Declan Rice or Ben Johnson, Mipo starting to come through, there's this competitive nature, but they're also humble. Is that something that's taught from a young age, the humility?
It's really important, and I think that academy like ourselves, we want to be a family, so that togetherness is really important. It's one of our values, but we also want to teach them to be great people. So we want them to be great footballers, but we want them to be great people as well. So they'll come up, they'll fist punch you, they're like kind of say hello, how are you, and things like that. So we want to be respectful, but we also want to be really talented. So it's a balance there, and I think that comes over.
Yeah, we're going to get onto Young Hammer of the Year in a minute. Declan Rice won it 3 times. I mean, what a summer he's had. What an inspiration to some of the younger academy players coming through.
If you're looking at a role model, the ultimate role model, that's Dec. Dec is the best role model I've ever seen. He's so humble, like we're talking about there. He's so much give up time. I know that if any young player made his debut or was going to go across with the first team, he'd be one of the first to go over and watch him and just keep an eye on him and give him some advice. And that's invaluable. But then going on and doing what he's done this summer, if that's not a motivation for our young players to think that could be them, they could be doing that in a few years' time, I think he's just broke down all kind of boundaries, and he's been a great role model and inspiration to our academy.
Well, that's the key word there for me. I think it's role model. I think you get to a level in football when you're a professional footballer and you've got to a certain level, and then it's remembering your roots. Some of these boys, they could get thrown into the deep end and they need somebody around them that could help them through that transition. And I think you've got, as you said, Mark Noble. You've got, even when Snodgrass was here, he was really good, although he's not a product of the academy, but then you've got obviously Nobes, and you've got Ben Johnson as well. Then you have even Kreza still puts through. So it's like, there's a contingency of boys that have experienced the journey, and that transition, you do need role models and a mentor as well, just to help them through and settle in.
We had an under-14 game last season up here at Rush Green on a Sunday morning, and the first team were in training. And in our dugout was Declan Rice watching the game for our under-14s.
They were buzzing, weren't they?
And they didn't realise that he was watching, because he was just coming back from injury then, he weren't quite back, and he was in for a training session, watching the under-14, speaking to the coaching team, giving some lads some advice, speaking to the subs, and then fast forward 6 weeks, he's running around as a national hero at Wembley. So that's special.
And that's the things you don't see as well. Like, it's great to hear those stories. And we've been here, we're obviously at Rush Green today. Coley's been fist bumping the academy lads. You hear him talk, he's so eloquent. Can he confirm he's earning his wages?
Here we go.
He came out, we had a little break at lunchtime. He said, I went off and did a coaching session. Is he really all over the place? Is he running the
Is he one of the academy coaches now?
You know what? I'll take this one on the chin. I'll take you on the chin.
No, I'll be honest. He does a great job for the 15, 16s. He works in the academy. And when you talk about role models, he's a role model for our young players. And I mean that. And it's quite, looking at Cody, he is a role model because he's an inspiration for our young players. Our young players do look up to the heroes of playing in the Premier League. He's played in the Premier League, he's played for our club, he's played for several clubs in the Premier League. So our young players would love to have even half the career that Cody's had. So that would be a real big inspiration, that he can just be there, certainly for our attacking players. He can give them some feedback, give them some guidance, and unfortunately he can't join in training now because his legs are gone, his knees are gone. But
don't start him off about his knee.
But as a 15-year-old, that's inspiration. If he tells you how to make them runs into the box, when to hold on, how to make that little bit of space to get a one-touch finish, that's gold dust. So
it's the same like because we've got Lenny, Nobes' son, at the academy too. So Nobes comes over, and especially last season, he comes in, gives a bit of word of advice to the young lads that we've got around, and it's invaluable. It's invaluable because they're seeing someone that's actually playing, because it's different when it's come from me. I'm retired, I'm old now, to them, to the boys. But when you've got someone that's relevant as a Declan and as a Nobes, it's unbelievable when they give you that.
I think it's a mixture of everything, and this summer we've got Elliot Ward coming in and joining with the under 13 and 14. Great, been a defender, been a centre half, been a player, been a youth team player at the club, just finished his career, just retiring, he's going into coaching, and that's what we're really good at West Ham. We want to get the former players, we want to keep that connection, we want to get that identity. We've got Savron Hines in the academy as well, so we've had Paul Konchesky working in the academy last season, so we want that bloodline of former players to pass on that experience to our young players, because that's the connection, that's the family way, that's what West Ham's all about.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. Well, it's time to find out who has won Young Hammer of the Year, and the winner doesn't know yet. Let's get in the studio to surprise him.
Yarmolenko, one of the two changes made at the break, created space for the cross in towards Lansing. It's been bundled away. Back it comes to Johnson, who scoops in the equaliser. Young Ben Johnson from 8.5 yards out curls in his first West Ham United goal and brings the sides to within parity. West Ham United 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 1.
Well, we're delighted to be joined now in the studio with Ben Johnson, who I can reveal is Young Hammer of the Year. Congratulations, Ben.
Oh.
Ricky has the award. There it is.
Ben thought he was coming to do an interview just with me. I had to trick him into that because he's not going to come and have a chat with me, but congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done,
Thank
Ben.
you.
Well done, Ben.
Well done.
Thank you. I thought you. That's actually a shock.
You know when people say when you win an award and go, well, this is a surprise. Like, this is a surprise. You had no speech prepared?
No, nothing.
You've got about 30 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Take it away. How do you feel?
Wow, I actually don't have any words to say. Like, you never expect to win an award. Like, it's hard to do, isn't it?
What's your plans for the next season? What are you looking to do? What's your targets?
I want to stay here, of course. There's competition, but I'm prepared for that. I know my place at the moment, and I just want to continue to enjoy my football and see where it takes me. Getting games under my belt, playing in Europa League, hopefully, is a massive target for myself. And just trying to get forward more, get assists, improve my defending.
Well, it's interesting you say you want to get forward more, because I'm sure we've all seen the goal you scored in pre-season. Well, and Coley hasn't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Let me describe it. Ben takes it around everyone twice and then slots it in. It's unreal. Really? It's unreal. Ben, is that a fair description of the goal?
You could say, yeah.
So you took it around everyone, even the goalkeeper?
No.
No, it's not everyone. Then,
Nah,
I've got to take that
only a few players.
Good lad.
You did like a little cheeky smile after you scored the goal.
Yeah, no.
What did that mean? Was it a surprise?
No, yeah, big surprise. Because like the manager said, "Oh, you're going on right wing," and I was just like, "I've not played here for years." Yeah.
What?
Yeah, and then just don't know, just happened. Like took a bad touch and then managed to get the ball back and then just instinct.
Yeah, prime
just
Messi
pure
instincts. Yeah, prime Messi.
Well, Ben, like Declan Rice has won this award, Jack Collison, James Tompkins, so many great players have come through and won this award, and that you're next. What does it feel like to be with that kind of company?
Oh, it's just an amazing feeling. I think the players that have won this, to see what they've gone on to do. Obviously, Declan is the most recent one. Nathan Holland's won it as well. And he will do great things. He just needs to get over a couple of injuries. But the players that have won it, as you said, Tompkins and James Collins, look what they've done in their careers and just trying to push on. I've not succeeded or got anywhere yet. I'm still at the start line, so I just need to continue to work hard and give 100%.
Yeah. When I hear you talk, you're so mature for your age. What kind of support system have you got around you? I know the academy's great here, but family, friends?
Yeah, firstly, mum and dad, since whenever. I can't even remember, just always telling me and installing just the right mentality for football as well, to just enjoy it, but also just to be a good person. I think that's the main thing.
A football background, family and football.
Yeah.
It's the family business, right?
Yeah, you could say it's in the genes.
Who have you got in your family that played football?
Ledley, Paul Parker as well.
Wow.
Who I can speak to. It's phenomenal, really.
It's
just
brilliant.
To see who they played for and what they did at those clubs.
Yeah.
Is something that I'd want to do here. So
yeah. So you can emulate that.
Yeah, exactly, definitely.
Ledley's never scored a goal like the one you scored against Reading.
Yeah, he has scored a fast goal though.
And Ben, everyone talks about you are so humble, you can tell. But I mean, when I realised you were humble, you've got one of the worst cars I've ever seen a footballer drive.
What, you think?
It was about a year ago.
You've probably changed it.
No, so I had a Volkswagen Golf.
That was
But now I've got E-Class. But
I'll take it back. I'll take it back.
Good. E-Class good.
Yeah, coupe, but I clipped it the other day, so it's been in repairs for a bit.
You deserve it. You deserve it.
That
Don't let these lot gas. There's nothing wrong with a Golf.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. When I first got into the first team, that was my first car, a Golf,
definitely.
GTI.
Yeah, mine wasn't. GTI.
Basic.
Coley, what tips you got for breaking into the first team?
Well, just listening to your peers, listening to your coaches, listening to the right people. You've obviously got talent, but your attitude will take you the rest of the way. It's not just about having talent and it's going to get me places or it's going to get me in the first team. Yeah, that's going to get you noticed, but then you've got to attack it with the right attitude. And as you got mentors around you that will help you along the way. You've got an academy manager that's going to try and tell you the right things and tell you the fastest route that you're going to get to the first team. So it's definitely a thing that you have to listen to the right people and not get carried away with the little success you have, because eventually, if you do, you might find yourself not making it because it's a mentality thing, and I think that's half of the battle.
Yeah. What's it been like for you to see Ben's progression over the last few years?
Or last season, and just want to sum up why you won this award and why we put you forward. 20 first team appearances in the Premier League last season you're involved in. 20 appearances and starts obviously against Man City, Man United, Newcastle.
Yeah.
Involved in all but one League or FA Cup games last season. Yeah. And got the worldie goal against Brighton, right? Which was an important goal. It was an important goal, and it helped us to keep momentum, get a point that day in a draw, and that's what being in the Premier League. Every point is precious. So your involvement last year, you're a credit to the academy. We're really proud of you, what you've achieved last season. We want you to go on, and we know you can. We know you're capable of playing right back, left back, right wing now. We know you've got that, and you've got that for the manager to be able to select and go with a different game plan if he needs to. You've got great talent, you've got great attitude, and everyone in the academy want you to succeed. Get in Europa League this year. Get that. Be a representation in the Europa League and hopefully get more starts. But that's why you got the award. You really do deserve it. So congratulations.
Congratulations to Ben there. Up next is the Dylan Tombides Award for Academy Scholar. Hello, and we're joined now in the studio with Jayden Fevrier, who I can reveal is our Dylan Tombides Award winner 2021. Congratulations, Jayden. There's the award.
Yes, boy. Well
done,
yeah.
Well done.
It's heavy.
Yeah, it's heavy.
Congratulations.
So it's a double award winning for Jayden.
Oh, really?
Because he won the Premier League Scholar of the Year, which was an educational and the complete package about the whole programme as a scholar. But also he's now taken away the Dylan Tombides Award as well. So that's a great surprise for him, and well done, you fully deserve it.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations, Jayden. How does it feel?
Yeah, it feels good. I feel proud.
Yes.
Yeah.
I see Jay, obviously. When I first come to the club, he was playing with Jack Collison when he was manager under 18s, and I see his progress, and he's just been going from strength to strength. He's had a couple of injuries, but it's not been that clean sailing for him. But every time he does play, he's there. And remember when you had that injury, we were just talking to each other, making sure his mind's right, and make sure. And he's got such a adult head on his shoulders. Like, you don't really have to talk to him much, he gets it. So that's why this is well deserved, and it's been a long time coming.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. How's this season been for you, Jayden?
Last season was good. I started off with a couple of injuries, but I picked up the pace and I performed well in the important games, getting us through to the 5th round of Youth Cup. Unfortunately, I did get injured at the end of the season, but I've been working to get back, and hopefully this season will be better.
Fantastic. Ricky, what marks Jayden out as an outstanding talent?
Some people say the fact that he was captain the FA Youth Cup and we went back to my old club Norwich and we beat them 5-0 was the reason why you won this award, alright? It was a really proud day for you and me, by the way. There's a little bit of pressure on me going back to my old club, and you've done me and the rest of the lads done me proud that day, you know that. So, no, Jayden's been brilliant. He's started with the 18s, which is common, and then all under 18s want to break into the 23s, and that's their goal. That's what drives them, and they want to do that. They want to play in the next age group, and Jayden's done that. Got double figures amount of appearances in the under 23s this season. Broke in there and put in some really solid performances. And when we look back, when we were turn of the year, when we needed some results, it was some of the younger players that jumped into the under 23s that helped us to get that momentum and involved in games after the new year. From Man United onwards, that helped us to get the results that got us over the line and kept us in the league. And that then benefits him, because he now comes back this season as an under 23 player playing in the top division, playing against the best teams week in, week out. So sometimes in youth development they talk, is it important to have promotion relegation? It is really important. Because that's what real football's about. We don't want relegation, we don't want to go down. I know we're in development football, but these then lads have to then play in the next division down. So we want to stay in the top league. He played his part in that, and he's going to play his part to keep us in the top league this season. And then ultimately, can he follow in them 7 footsteps that we spoke about just a minute ago when we're looking at the young hammer? That's the group now. This is the next group. And maybe Jayden will tell you what it felt like to see some of his colleagues, some of his teammates playing in the League Cup, playing in the FA Cup. That should be, because they know they are going to be the next generation. They've got to be the next ones that take that opportunity.
This is obviously a special award as well. Dylan Tombides, obviously not with us anymore. I'm an ambassador of the DT38 Foundation, and I've seen the great work they do with creating awareness for testicular cancer. And West Ham and the Academy are binded together with the foundation, and it just shows me that when we see players like Jayden winning these awards, it just shows you the youth matters at West Ham. And we always remember Dylan, and we always hold his name up in high regard, because we know what he went through, and it's a big thing for the club and the academy, because he was a big part of the academy. I got to know Dylan really well. And just for you to have that award is it's detrimental for me as well, because I really feel something towards that, and I'm glad that someone like you have won it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, just picking up something Ricky said then, Jayden. How does it feel, like 7 first team debuts, isn't it, from the academy this season? Like, how does it feel when you see your teammates stepping up and getting into the first team? Does that drive you on?
Yeah, it's amazing. Because most of my friends, I'm happy for them. But then it gives me the incentive to go and be the next one. And because they've done it, I feel like I can do it as well and go and be better than them. So it's a good platform for me to look up to.
You got this kind of quiet confidence about you, which I love. And we were talking about this earlier. There's a lot of nice guys around the club, but when they get the kit on and they step out onto the pitch, they switch on.
He's very much like that.
Yeah, man. I was going to say, what kind of attributes have helped you get to this point, and for the upcoming season, as soon as you get on that pitch, what are you going to try and do, man?
I just like to play true to my identity. I always say to myself that whenever I step on the pitch, there's someone that hasn't seen me play before. So I want to give them the best impression of me, and I like to impact the game. So if I can do that in a goal, assist, or being a man, then I'll take the opportunity and do it.
And you're on the cusp of international football at your level. So I know France are looking at you, England are looking at you. Which one are you going to choose? Which one? I'm putting you on the spot, mate. Which one are you going to choose?
That's an England international asking that question.
This is bigger news than Brexit, my
No, you're on TalkSport right now. Go on.
It's an honour to be considered as one of the best players in the country, and just countries like England and France looking at me, I feel really proud. I would like to play for France.
Oh, here we go, traitor!
Because of the ties that I've had with it to my mum and my uncle that passed away. But if I was to play for England, I'd be so proud, and like I represented them before, I was so honoured to play for my country, no matter if it's England or France. So
it's good for me and my family.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, great answer. Okay, congratulations, Jaden. Up next is the award for goal of the season. One contender stands out. Let's see if that goal has won it.
Here it comes from Cresswell, and it's headed away by Tottenham. Comes to the edge of the box, Winks with a good touch. It'll run for Lanzini. Oh my word! West Ham have done it. They've come back from 3-0 down, and it is an extraordinary strike from Manuel Lanzini. He's absolutely mobbed by his teammates. Tottenham players are on the floor, on the turf. They cannot believe it. Jose Mourinho moves across to the West Ham technical area. This is extraordinary stuff here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
And the winner of goal of the season is, of course, Manuel Lanzini. What a trophy. What a goal it was. What a moment. Come on, let's see it again. We can't get enough of it. Let's have a look at that goal. So, last minute of our 3-3 draw against Tottenham. We'd be 3-0 down on 82 minutes. 8 minutes left. We peg it back in the last minute, needing a goal to equalise. The ball falls to Manuel Lanzini. Bang. And that's history right there. What an amazing goal. Insane celebrations. Harry Kane header. Hands on his head. He can't believe it. Manuel,
So good,
one of the best goals any West Ham fan has ever seen. What was it like to score it in that moment?
Oh, man. I don't think nothing. I just shoot, and you see, I see the ball go, but it was so good, man, so good. I think Angelo do a very well job because they give me the time to shoot, you know, to put the ball there. If you know, I think Winks maybe can block. You know.
As I was looking at it, I was thinking it's going to be closed down. Winks is going to come and tackle you, and it's very hard when you see a player coming towards you, and for you to focus to get the shot on target is a brilliant skill. And I think Angelo done great.
Yes.
Angelo wanted the contact anyway. He wanted to hurt him anyway. So, but then you just finished it off. Look at you. Great.
The feeling was
best yellow card of your career?
Of course. If also they give me red card, I say okay, no worry. I go, no worry, it's fine.
I love this angle. This goal is so good. The way the ball is coming across your boot, you hit it and it curls up, hits the crossbar, hits the post, goes in. Technique off the scale, Coley.
Like that one gave it a little bit of fade as well, away from the goalkeeper.
Does it look better?
It's a great angle.
My favourite angle. When you score a goal like that, obviously,
boom.
Everyone loves you, when you score. But did it ever go through your mind? If I miss last minute, everyone's gonna hate me after this.
No, because it's also difficult. You know, what's difficult? It's difficult shot. No many players maybe like this. Also me, it's the first one I do in my career like this.
Outside the box that far, like.
We was 3-0 down, you know. Nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. It's
amazing goal.
It's different if you have a penalty and you take the penalty, you know. It's like
that's different,
It's
but
different,
this was fantastic, and you can see how the players responded because they were so happy. Not just that it was a last-minute goal, but they was happy for you. Because you came on and you was like the hero. And because I hear, because I'm not in the squad anymore, obviously, but I hear how highly. I hear all the lads. They all speak highly of you, and you've been a professional all the way through. So they was happy for you when you scored this goal.
Yeah, of course, because I always say this is my second home. You know, it's 6 years now here. I know everything. I know all the players. It's like my home.
I love the videos of your family.
Amazing.
Is that the best goal you've ever scored in your career? At any level, training, whatever?
Probably yes.
And you've scored some good goals as well. You've scored some really good goals.
But probably I think yes.
I was thinking, is it the best goal of the Premier League era? Coley scored a blinder against Spurs once. Andy Carroll against Crystal Palace, the overhead kick. Dimitri Payet took everyone on. What are you saying? Do you think? I actually think Ravel Morrison taking on the whole Spurs team. But for me, well, leave Di Canio out. I think since the last 20 years, I think that's the best goal. What do you reckon?
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah.
I'll give you.
Give me. Thank you.
So also, like, everyone in the UK has been following England in the Euros, but of course Argentina did so well. They won the Copa America. How was it watching at home? Like the celebrations at home, I imagine must have been.
Yeah, it was unbelievable because we didn't win some trophy a long time, and we are so happy for my country, for the boys, because I know all the boys there. I play with him, and also we are happy with Messi because he deserves to win something with the national team.
So could you have a word about maybe Lionel Messi?
Yeah.
Get him down here.
Becoming a super agent.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
He's free now, no?
Come on, just get all your mates down.
Why not?
The bubbles are still blowing at what remains an eerie London Stadium. Snodgrass was hoping it would drop. Lanzini! Oh, it's incredible! What a goal from Manuel Lanzini! And the most unlikely of comebacks from West Ham United has happened! And West Ham have turned on the style up front and looked solid at the back and have found themselves providing a quality performance.
Antonio with a very clever finish. That's a good ball in and a flick, and they've done it again.
And he squeezed it in, and West Ham are 2 to the good, as sharp as you like. Thumping finish.
And it's Craig Dawson who makes it 3-1.
Oh, look at that skill. That is something special.
Chipping in again, what a signing he's turning out to be.
What a night for Jesse Lingard. He scored twice on his West Ham debut.
Oh no.
Football is more than a game, but it's nothing without supporters. It really isn't.
I think fans definitely have a part to play.
He might go all the way. What a goal! What a brilliant goal by Jesse Lingard. Towards Antonio. That's brilliant.
What a goal from Mikel Antonio!
He's got company going. Oh, he scored again. Amazing. 4-0. It's 2-0 to West Ham. West Ham are 2 to the good. As sharp as you like.
Well, we can reveal that our 2021 Hammer of the Year is the big man, Thomas Souček. Congratulations, Thomas. Hammer of the Year. That's fantastic.
Unbelievable. Well done.
I really thank you. I appreciate it because this season for me was incredible, and I just hope that everyone enjoyed it with me.
Yes.
And hope that it will carry on. So I really appreciate this prize. Thank you. Thank you.
Do you know what? Yeah, I'm quite jealous that you're sitting there. Can I touch it? Because I've never ever won it. Like, I've come close a few times, but I've always had Scott Parker in my team, Mark Noble, Winston Reid. Like, these guys are fans' favourites. But I've never come to. I've only got to hold the goal. Was it the top goal scorer of the season? But that's the one I actually wanted.
Okay, we can
So
do
well
picture.
done.
We can do picture together.
Don't rub it in. Tell you, I want a picture of it.
But I mean, so many famous West Ham players have won that trophy. Bobby Moore, Scott Parker, as Coley mentions, Paolo Di Canio. You're in a really elite class of West Ham United player now, and I think, how does it feel?
Yeah, like I said, I feel incredible because if I have many remembers, many remembers from the last year, and I cannot say just one because this season went so fast but so well. So I was happy just that went so well for me, but for the team as well, it was more important. So I appreciate this prize, but this prize is for whole team.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, for me, yes, you was our star man for the season. But how was it like playing with Declan Rice in the midfield and sometimes playing with Mark Noble, even Lanzini as well sometimes in that position? How was it like to be able to be the main guy that had to rotate sometimes?
It's great because I am playing with these guys every day at Rush Green, and especially with Deck, we create a great double.
Yes.
So we knew after a few games what someone can do it and another one can do
good
it.
Relationship.
Good relationship. So we knew it each other, and with another guys, with Mark, I am playing with him every day here, so I knew it too. And Manu is great footballer, so his ability are incredible. So we have a really good team, and I am happy that I could do a good adaptation to this guys.
Good.
Yeah, I've got to ask one question, right? Hammer of the year, many goals this season, many man of the matches, so I'm sure you celebrated. What country does the best potato salad? Czech Republic or England?
Yeah, to be honest, I was really glad that the chef made it potato salad for me, but to be honest, Czech potato salad is so much better. I really asked with my wife that next year maybe she could come to the canteen and make it potato salad for the guys. Yeah, it could be good.
Can I come in? Can you invite me for this potato salad party?
To try it, of course. For one nice day, we can do it.
I want to ask, I've heard a rumour that everyone sees how much effort and how much running you put into the games. You're everywhere on the pitch. But what fans might not know is, I hear that you come in the day after a game and you'll go run like 5 or 10k after a day. That's crazy amount of work you're putting in.
Yeah, I love it. Not like running, but I love to keep fit, and because if I run during the game maybe 12, 13k, I need second day do something for the relax, but with my movements, not just stay at home, because in the next 2-3 days helps me so much. So I want to do something not too hard, but to do it for my best to the next days, especially for the next game.
Well, with footballers, you got to understand, we get taught to train harder than the actual match day. So we'll have to do more cardio during the season in training, so you're ready, so you can actually run less in match day and you could be more fitter. So I understand where he's going with his philosophy.
Okay, all right, you're signing off on it. You agree?
Not really, no. I wish I knew what I know now back then, because I was doing less running and training. He's got the key.
Thomas, looking ahead to next season, Europa League football, the foundations of last season so strong, all those club records. How excited are you about this next season?
Yeah, I am very excited. I know that it will be very hard because everyone will compare with last season, so it's very hard because we did cup record, and Europa League is yeah, it's something special for us. But I look forward because I know Europa Leagues from my former team, and it was really great to meet another teams in other countries. So it's good, and I hope that we have good abilities at the club that we can get through in our group, and still we will be yeah, very good in our league. So it's very important because I like to play of European competition. So I hope that will be next season as well.
Cody was joking with Vladimir earlier, calling you Agent Souček.
Yeah,
we want to know. We want to know who's next. Who are you bringing next?
And you told me, yeah, I saw that Vladimir won the prize for signing of the year, and I don't have agent of the year. Yeah? Where is the trophy?
Don't worry, I have some money for you later on. Thank you, I'll give you your wages.
So he's got one hand on side, he's won Hammer of the Year, an argument for having signed of the season, and joined top goal scorer as well. This is...
The guy's got everything going for himself. He's the main man.
Yeah, no. Yeah, we have in Czech Republic many good players. So I am happy that since I came here, I could open the door for someone, and especially now for the Vlad, because his impact was very good for us too, and still many other guys can get. Space for coming to the...
Oh yeah, so he's ready. He's on the top scout.
Thomas, thank you for all the amazing memories and matches last season. Thank you for the goals, and thank you for the signings as well. Congratulations, 2021 Hammer of the Year, Thomas Souček.
Yeah, I really thank you. Nice.
Fantastic. Well, that's it for last season's Player Awards. A big congratulations to our winners, and a big thank you to the big man, CARLTON Cole.
Pleasure.
And a big thank you to Governor B.
Cheers for having me.
The new season and European football awaits. Bring it on. Until next time, come on you Irons.